Good morning, everyone. I'm going to talk about Green Revolution. The Green Revolution was an endeavor, was initiated by Norman Borlaug in the 1960s. He is known as the father of Green Revolution in the world. Actually, it led to him winning the Nobel Peace Prize in 1970 for his work in developing high-yielding varieties of wheat. In India, the Green Revolution was mainly led by M.S. Swaminathan, and he was considered as the father of Green Revolution in India. Objectives of Green Revolution. If you take short-term objectives, the revolution was launched to address India's hunger crisis during the second 5-year plan. Long-term plan. The long-term objective included overall agriculture modernization based on rural development, industrial development, infrastructure, raw material, etc. And employment, to provide employment to both agricultural and industrial workers. Producing stronger plants which would withstand extreme climates and diseases. And globalization of the agricultural world by spreading technology to non-industrialized nations and setting up many corporations in major agricultural areas. Then basic elements of the Green Revolution. Expansion of farming areas. Although the area of land and the cultivation was being increased from 1947 itself, this was not enough to meet the rising demand. The Green Revolution provided assistance to this quantitative expansion of farmlands. The double cropping system. Double cropping was a primary feature of the Green Revolution. The decision was made to have 2 crop seasons per year instead of just one. The 1 season per year practice was based on the fact that there is only 1 rainy season annually. Water for the second phase now came from the huge irrigation projects. Dams were built and other simple irrigation techniques were also adopted. Then using seeds with the improved genetics. Using seeds with the superior genetics was the scientific aspect of the Green Revolution. The Indian Council for Agricultural Research developed new strains of high-yielding variety seeds, mainly wheat, rice, millet, and corn. The main crops of Green Revolution were wheat, rice, jowar, bajra, and maize. Non-food grains were excluded from the ambit of the new strategy. Wheat remained in the mainstay of the Green Revolution for years together. The positive impacts of Green Revolution. Tremendous increase in crop production. It resulted in a grain output of 131 million tons in a year, 1978 to 79, and established India as one of the world's biggest agricultural producers. The crop area and high-yielding varieties of wheat and rice grew considerably during the Green Revolution. Reduced import of food grains. India became self-sufficient in food grains and had sufficient stock in the central pool. Even at times India was in a position to export food grains. The per capita net availability of food grains has also increased. Benefits to the farmers. The introduction of the Green Revolution helped the farmers in raising their level of income. Farmers packed their surplus income for improving agricultural productivity. The big farmers with more than 10 hectares of land were particularly benefited by this revolution by investing large amounts of money in various inputs like high-yielding variety seeds, fertilizers, machines, etc. It also promoted capitalist farming. The industrial growth. The revolution brought about large-scale farm mechanization which created demand for different types of machines like tractors, harvesters, threshers, combines, diesel engines, electric motors, pumping sets, etc. Besides, demand for chemical fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, weedicides also increased considerably. Several agricultural products were also used as raw material in various industries known as agro-based industries. Rural employment. There was an appreciable increase in the demand for labor force due to multiple cropping and use of fertilizers. The Green Revolution created plenty of jobs, not only for agricultural workers, but also industrial workers, by creating related facilities such as factories and hydraulic power stations. Negative impacts of Green Revolution. Actually, this Green Revolution never touched the non-food grains. Although all food grains include wheat, rice, jowar, bajra and maize, the other crops such as cereals, pulses, oilseeds, these were left out of the ambit of revolution. Major commercial crops like cotton, jute, tea and sugarcane were also left out, were not even touched by the Green Revolution. Limited coverage of high-yielding variety program was restricted only to 5 crops: wheat, rice, jowar, bajra and maize. So the non-food grains were excluded. Then regional disparities were also there. Green Revolution technology has given birth to growing disparities in economic development and inter-regional levels. It has so far affected only 40% of the total cropped area and 60% of still untouched by it. The most affected areas are Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh in the north and Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu in the south. It has hardly touched the eastern region, including Assam, Bihar, West Bengal and Orissa. The Green Revolution affected only those areas which were already better placed from an agricultural point of view. Then excessive usage of chemicals. It used lots of chemicals. However, little or no efforts were made to educate farmers about the high risk associated with the intensive use of pesticides. Pesticides were sprayed on crops, usually by untrained farm laborers, without following instructions or precautions, anything. This caused more harm than good to crops and also became scarce for environment and soil pollution. Then water consumption. The crops introduced during the Green Revolution were water-intensive crops. Most of these crops, being cereals, required almost 50% of dietary water footprint. Canal systems were introduced and irrigation pumps were sucked out the groundwater to supply the water-intensive crops. Punjab is a major wheat and rice cultivating area and hence it's one of the highest water-depleted regions of India. Impacts on soil and crop production. Repeated crop cycle in order to ensure increased crop production depleted the soil nutrition. To meet the needs of the new kinds of seeds, farmers increased fertilizers. The pH level of the soil increased due to the usage of these kind of alkaline chemicals. Toxic chemicals in the soil destroyed beneficial patches, which further led to the decline in the field. Unemployment. Except in Punjab and to some extent in Haryana, farm mechanization under the Green Revolution created widespread unemployment among agricultural laborers in the rural areas. Then health hazards were also there. Overall, the Green Revolution was a major achievement for many developing countries, especially India, and it gave them an unprecedented level of national food security. Thank you.